and welcome to my channel, PawfectPastimes. Hello, Gwynny. My name's Amanda, my friends call me Ammo, and I live in Dorset in the southwest of England with my husband and my 3 dogs, who you will see during the video. My co-host here got a few comments last time and she's decided she'd like to join me again, hence me being on the sofa in the living room again. You got a fan club? Yes, you have. Anyway, it's been a pottering out and about week. Thank you, Gwynny. Thank you very much. It's very nice to have your kisses. Yes, it is. Thank you. Been pottering out and about this week, getting a few bits and pieces done and out in the garden. Nothing terribly exciting. I can't believe the weeks go so fast at the moment. But in the evenings, I have mostly been working on my Friday Slipover, which I have finished. And this is by PetiteKnits. And in her pattern, she uses 2 different colours for the body and the ribbing all the way around. But I use the same one, which was the Panache yarn, which I spoke about on the last 2 videos. It is out of stock, it is discontinued, but this colour is chestnut and I'm so pleased to have used it up. I did start another slipover with it and I wasn't happy with how the pattern was going, but I'll insert some B-roll here and you can see how well it has knitted up. I've left my words out in the garden with the weeds. I don't think there's much more I can tell you about this really, apart from it was a very easy knit. I did do a sewn bind off on all the edges of the ribbing, and it gives that beautiful over. There's no edge. It literally follows the stitch over like an Italian. In PetiteKnits, she advises doing an Italian, and I looked at her video for it. She does 2 setup rows. With this sewn bind off, I don't do any setup rows. I just go straight into it. But the effect is exactly the same. It's very rhythmical, like a Kitchener stitch. It just four movements. There's several videos on YouTube for a sewn bind off. So if you like the look of a, how can you put it, a non-edge, go and give them a look. It's not as hard as you think it might be. Everybody goes, oh my gosh, it's Italian bind off, tubular bind off, and all the others. It's not that hard. Just get yourself a nice quiet corner and get the rhythm in your head, and it's well worth it. It's quite a lovely finish. And I'll see if I can come up close to you and you can see it. Sorry, Gwyn. But the stitches follow over from one side to the next, and it is incredibly stretchy if you get it to the same tension as the rest of it. It's I think you could do it a bit tight if you kept pulling and pulling and pulling, but you don't have to. Once the yarn through is snugged up to the next stitch, just leave it there and it stretches beautifully without being gapey, baggy, or it doesn't flare out at the bottom or anything weird like that. I did do a little short of me making the sewn bind off, and you can see it's just literally 4 steps through from the back to the back, knit one off, through the front, 2nd stitch purlwise, 1st stitch purlwise and off. It's just four little stitches with that. Just get my notes on this. I started it on the 10th of October and finished it today. Well, I finished it yesterday, but I had about 2 inches of the binding of the sewn bind off to finish, so I class it as yesterday really. King Cole Panache, 50% wool, 50% acrylic. It is very soft, beautiful to wear, beautiful to use. The only downside of it is it's not very twisted. and you do have to have a very long tail, 3 to 4 times the circumference of the bind off you want to do. And I did find if I didn't keep twisting the needle, it did unravel and it could come and split apart like a roving. So I had to watch that on this one. I'm sure with most yarns you wouldn't have that trouble. I used a 4mm needle, 3.75 for the ribbing, and there was 312 meters per ball of 100 grams, and this finished at 256 grams. So that's two and a half balls. Yeah, just 2.5 balls. You'll see in the B-roll that I finished it at the length I like at the bottom of my jean zip. The pattern gauge asked for 22 stitches. The yarn gauge is supposed to be 22 stitches, and I got 24 stitches, but that is unblocked. It is a broken rib, 1 round knit, 1 round knit purl. It hasn't been blocked yet. There's plenty of give in it. I'm not sure I'm going to block it because I think it will just relax as I wear it. I think the pattern does give you the 2 gauge sizes, pre-blocking and post-blocking, because it is such a stretchy, almost rib fabric. But it feels lovely, and I'm happy with the fabric I managed to get. So going by that, its actual circumference when it's laying flat is 36 inches, and I'm a 41 chest, so that shows you how much is in the ribbing there. That's one reason I'm a bit reluctant to block it, I think. And if I do wash it, it will be a case of squishing it back in together rather than stretching out the size I want. I don't think there's any more I can tell you about that. No, I've given you all the details over several episodes now, but I am so pleased to have this off the needles. I've been focused on it quite a bit this week. The other thing that I've been slotting in with it and taking out in the car when I went out with my friend Tracy the other day is my Craigavon by Brenda Brayfield, and this is done in the brushed merino by a homespun house, and it came to me from Germany, and it's the first time I've used brushed merino, and it is beautiful, and I'm very, very pleased with this, how it's coming out. I've done that much now. It's a lace weight, and I'm using 4.5mm needles because of the fluff. It's filling in all the gaps, and it looks lovely. It feels amazing, and that's where I was when I saw you last. I haven't done that much, and it does knit up quite well. It's a beautiful pattern. I've chose this pattern because you can just see the garter ridges there. I didn't want a lovely intricate pattern to be lost in the fluff, but I wanted a bit of a pattern so that I had interest. Her shawl, Brenda's shawl, sorry, Remy's having a little bit of a whinge in the background because John's put the oven on timer, so he knows when the oven goes on, it'll be dinner time. Brenda's shawl is 84 inches wide, so it's not massive, but it's 84, and so when this is 42 inches long, I will then start decreasing it. I know 42 for me is from this shoulder to my fingertip stretched out. I have, if I held it at the farthest tip and to my shoulder, that would be 42 inches. So as you see, I've got about another third to go. So I guess that middle piece will grow another inch or two. Then I'll start decreasing. and I think I'm going to have an awful lot of this lovely yarn left. It's 600 and something meters on a ball, on a skein. So that's an awful lot of meterage. Let's say on here, yeah, 600 meters, 665 yards in 100 grams, and it's 75 superwash merino, 25 nylon, and I think because it's brushed, it's the nylon that's helping to keep it, give it strength. Can you see the bit of nylon in there? So I assume that just gives it that little bit of strength. It's so soft, it's unbelievable. I'm hoping to start finding some more brushed merino without Gwynny's hairs in it, thank you very much. Over here in this country, I don't think I've found any yet. You can tell me if you found brushed merino here in the UK. I got this over from Germany from a homespun house. So I'm going to move my right side progress keeper while I'm talking to you to where I have finished at the moment, and I'll show you how far I've gone with that one. I haven't started on the part 3 of the One Love by Hiberknitalong, which is a mystery shawl. There's been a bit of controversy about the amount of mistakes in part 1 and 2. They were genuinely mistakes. I think she has put out on the Ravelry group and on Instagram how sorry she is. A lot of people have said she's a professional designer, so she should get it right. Well, we all make mistakes. Who doesn't make mistakes? It's a nice, easy knit, and that was another thing that several people complained about, that it was a bit repetitive. But that's exactly how she sold it. A nice, easy, uncomplicated make, where once you've got it in your head, you can just get on with it. And it is exactly that. We have had part 3 for since Friday, I think it was, Thursday, and nobody's found any mistakes yet, so I think I'll get on with playing part 3 yet. I didn't pick up any mistakes in 1 or 2, but then I'm an instinctive knitter. Perhaps it was those who count every stitch and use the chart. I believe the problem was with the charts. I don't use charts if I can help it. So I don't know if part 4 may be an interesting border for it, which will be nice. So yeah, I'm going to start that part 3, and now I've finished a garment, I'm going to start thinking about which garment I want to make next, after I have done some more on the Compton. I haven't done anything more since I showed you last time. I am at the bottom of the actual pattern part. I'm at the top of the rib, which is the bottom of the pattern part. The rib is partially included within the pattern. There's 3 hearts on the bottom. I don't know if you can see those 3 hearts there, and their centre part of the hearts goes into the rib. So it has setups. It also has on the sides triangular pattern pieces. So I need to, there's the hearts. You can see I'm here, and you can see how the ribbon carries on into the hearts. So I am going to sit down quietly now I've finished this piece of this garment, and get my setup ready for doing the hearts, and hopefully crack on with this, because I've had this since February. I bought this at Unravelled, February 24, I think it was. And I am doing this in drop sleemer, mix, which is alpaca and 65 wool, 35 alpaca, 50 grams, 100 meters, 21 stitches, and this is colour 0701. It doesn't have a name on here, but I'm sure it has on Wool Warehouse. And I haven't done any more since I saw you last time. It is in the round bottom up. There you go, and see where the base of the hearts are going to be. So that's the next on the piece I'm making. I will put a progress keeper in that too, so that you can follow me up that sweater as well. So that's excuse me, that's next knitting. Other than that, I haven't done much. The week has just flown past. I did do a tiny bit on my cross stitch. I did do this tree and some of the snow. I want to get cracking and finish this and make it into its little pin drum. It's a Tiny Towns Frosty Town, Frosty Morning, Frosty something. It's one of the tiny towns anyway. So perhaps I'll do that in the mornings when my eyesight's a bit more playing the game. I get tired in the afternoon with the eyes, and they don't want to do such fine work. I'm okay with knitting though, thankfully. I have done something which I hope I'm going to enjoy. Now, I said last week that I like the thinner shawls, and I don't like, it's not that I don't like the big chunky triangular shawls. I can find them a bit bulky. But I have signed up for my first Stephen West Hiberknitalong, which is a big crescent shawl. It's done in 4-ply, and you can stop it early if it becomes too big or you don't want it as big as he's made it. I have followed Stephen West for a while. I've got one of his shawls on the back of my chair in the studio, and it's one of his early simpler ones. I do not find his mystery mouths, thank you Willie, I don't find his mystery make-alongs comfortable. I don't like the unpredictability, and that he does do unpredictable to shock. It does make me uncomfortable, and the last one I felt was the right car crash. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion about it, whether you did it or not, I don't know, but I liked the more geometric side. I didn't like the curved side. I don't think they met beautifully. I don't think they it's almost like two shawls have been stitched together. I didn't enjoy looking at it, and I can't see me ever risking joining in a make-along. But it's Hiberknitalong, you know what it's going to be like, and I have joined this one specifically because it's the Icelandscape, and he has Icelandic colourways. He has been heavily inspired by Iceland and his visits there, and I am going there in January with my daughter. So I thought it would be nice to have that, perhaps, hopefully finished, to wear in Iceland. That's the plan. Whether it happens or not, I don't know. Isn't that right? Eh? That's the drama. She has a good rhythm. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Hello, Gwyn. Hello. You're going to sit down? You sit down. Sit down. Good girl. Now, so So I have bought the coolest, I've forgotten what it's called, the cool blue colourway. Did you want to be in the podcast, Gwynny? Sorry, I'll make the people wibble a bit. There we go. I bought the cool blue colourway by Blue Phone Yarns, and I can't remember that it's Ocean Ice or something like that. Anyway, I'm waiting for that to come, and I'm going to join in that. I haven't bought an advent this year. I have got the little Kinross 12-day knit along to do. I have got an advent striping sock kit to do, but I haven't bought an advent. So this is my version of doing an advent this year, and I'm going to start it early. He doesn't do the cast on until the 26th of December. I want to wear it in January, so I'd like to get started as soon as the yarn arrives. But there's no secret with this one. You can go on to West Knits on his YouTube channel and you can see what the Hiberknitalong is all about. It's beautiful, so I'm going to have a go at West Knits knit along. Something I have bought this week is a lovely little publication by Wool on the X down in Oakhampton Road. Where are they? Oakhampton Street, Exeter. I knew Oakhampton was in there somewhere. Oakhampton Street in Exeter, called Wool on the X. And the book's Wool on the X 2. And it's published by them. You can get it from their website. I'll leave the link below. And Ella has put this together. And there is a snapshot of all that's in it. I hope you can see all of those. 16 designs there. One of the designs is a cowl. This cowl, one is knit and that is the knit version and that is the crochet version. And the knit version is done by Ness of Cornish Stitcher, who is a vlogger, podcaster. So I've got this to peruse through. There's a few things in here I'd like to do, especially the estuary shawl, which is on the cover. There's a little picture of it. I'd like to do that. And some mitts in here. The Gansey fingerless mitts are rather lovely. So, yes, if you are in the market for a lovely little publication, please go to Wool on the X and buy. There's a hot water bottle cover, 2 actually, one for the larger hot water bottle and one for the small, a cowl, a shawl, 2 mitts, 3 hats, a bag, a baby set, the shawl and a scarf. And I might cast that on once I've got 1 or 2 of the other shawls off. I did start following a lady called Kyta on Rowberry. She's in Wales and she makes some nice projects, and she's a new podcaster to me and a new podcaster to YouTube. So if you go and give her a watch, that would be lovely too. Bit of sharing the love. And another one I watched today is a long-time podcaster, Gudrun Johnston, the Shetland Trader. She has just done a very interesting podcast on the the Game of Wool, Throne of Wolves, Game of Thrones, the Game of Wool. And she has an interesting interview with Helen, I've forgotten her surname now, who is a Shetlander Fair Isle knitter, a traditional Shetlander Fair Isle knitter, and she has some lovely patterns. She knits with a belt, which not many of us know about. She does Fair Isle both vertically and horizontally and vertically. If you see the jumper that she is wearing, it has vertical ferrule, which is a new one to me and a fascinating take on it, but she does that. She has some lovely ideas on how to choose colours, doesn't she? Yes, she does. So perhaps that's worth a watch, and she has a little take on the Game of Wool. Now I'm starting to struggle for light, I'm starting to struggle for words. I think I have covered everything in my notes. Pauline, I am sorry that you blamed your hubby for my dog snoring. That made us laugh very much. Willow has been pottering around today, she's not snoring. My co-host here has made sure that she isn't being in the way. I've been out and about this week with my friend, as I said earlier. I did my Pilates as well, and I'm starting to feel a little bit limber again, which is always positive. Starting to get busy out there. Lots and lots of Christmas things in the shops, but we went out to try and find some birthday things for my friend's son, and it's very difficult to find birthday things that aren't Christmas inspired for December birthdays, but there you go. Yes, so I think I'm going to now go and put the prep of dinner underway and go and do my changing into my comfy evening attire. Get the dogs out in the garden for another run around. It's stopped raining today, hasn't it? Which you're happy with on your Zoom. Yes, you were. Very, very happy not to have a swimming lesson when you went out today. I hope you are all well, and I hope you can all stay creative, and I hope you are all safe from Storm Claudia, who has gone through the UK with a bit of a bite to her, should we say. And I will see you all again very soon. Bye, Gwyn. Bye.